Hello and welcome to Resident Evil 4 Remake on the PS5 Pro. I have finally managed to get this game running as it was crashing just before you confirm your VR play space. Well, someone did kindly comment on one of my previous videos and say that it's to do with a save file. So basically I went into my system storage, game save files, and just had to delete my Resident Evil 4 save data, and bang, I am in. Apologies if my voice sounds a little bit off as well. I have just started coming down with a cold, so I might sound a bit bunged up. So let's get straight into the game. Obviously I've had to start a new game, and we're just going to look at any immediate differences that I can see. And immediately it does look clearer. I feel like the mirror effect is lessened. I will have to test that further and go into some really dark areas. But this game did suffer quite badly from that before. You could see it all over everything, really. And right now, I'm not really seeing that. There is still reprojection to the hands and a little bit on the environment. Again, it's not something that I'm seeing a lot. I can definitely see it, especially when you strafe left and right. You can still see a weird see-through outline to everything as you sort of strafe, but it's really not as bad as it was. Now, I did jump into this game quite recently, so I feel like, you know, I've got an idea of what it did look like before. And it did look fantastic before, don't get me wrong, but looking at this floor, looking at the wet mud, these puddles, the ripples along the puddles, the lighting along with that, it actually looks fantastic. Let's just go and have a little walk up here, just see how the lighting changes, and the little splashes in the puddles, the ripples. Again, I know it did this before. I know it definitely did it before. That looks mad. The light coming through these trees is fantastic. There's like a thick mist in the air. Really atmospheric. Again, I know it did look good before. I'm not saying it didn't. This is the big test for me, to be fair. Because when I first played this game, when it launched, and I approached this dead deer, it looked awful. The reprojection from all the flies, coupled with the really bad mirror, it really did make this scene look quite terrible. And do you know what? That's not perfect, but it's better. Much less reprojection to these flies, much less. I mean, altogether a grim scene, but it does look better. The lighting on that roof is fantastic. And again, in these puddles, I love those splashes. They are just absolutely chef's kiss. Hello? Anybody home? That looks much more detailed than I remember. I remember a lot of, you know, just little sort of like background elements in this game. It didn't look that detailed. There was some low textures just slightly dotted about. But even that looks a lot better. Oh, look at that. Look, the fur. That looks so much more detailed. That is also super grim. Lick it. Ugh. I can remember this not looking too great. That looks amazing now. The bubbles and splashes there. The lighting is incredible. Have a look at the state of that. It's so clear. The details are so clear. That is beautiful. Alright, get your torch out, lad. That torchlight is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was before. When I first played this game and came through this section and turned this torch on. Oh, look at that beam of light. Oh my god. It's so much clearer in here. Oh my god, that rat. You poor guy. Well, look at the details in him again. The details in his fur are just crazy. This guy's obviously had a super bad time, and as you approach him you still do get that blurred edge to him as you're moving, but it is really not as bad as it used to be. And when you stop, it is so much clearer. These particles in the air are absolutely fantastic.
What was that?
Right, let's kill this geezer and then we'll probably call it a day.
No fucking way.
We'll let him grab us so we can stab him up. Have a look at that. Let's go, boy. Do it again. I'm getting this bit of a weird sort of like screen door effect with the light on this guy's clothes, just on his arm there, which is a bit weird. But I think that is something to do with the torchlight. Other than that, again, the detail in his hair is so much more clearer than it was before. These squigglies are much clearer, less reprojection-y. This hallway looks insane. Like, this beam of light is nuts Can I put my hand? Does it show up on my hand? No, not really. Evening, fellas. Was that it? That's even more detailed, and it's just, you know, some sticks. Right, for a quick little tester, I think I'm going to leave it there. I am going to revisit this, obviously, get further into the game so I can test the Mura in the really, really dark scenes. But for now, it does seem lessened. I'm not saying it's gone, but the same sort of, well, not the same as the GT7 video I did yesterday, because that is really hard to see the Mura in that game now. And I can still see it. I can definitely still see it. But it is lessened. The reprojection, even though it's still there on the hands, basically in the way that it was before. Oh wow, the detail in that lever on my arms there, my weird, just a forearm, that looks better as well. Much more detailed, shiny. The biggest improvement that I can tell so far is the lighting and the light reflecting off these stones, wet surfaces, the water itself, which again were really good before, but standing here in front of this dirty brown puddle right now, it does look a lot better. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you for watching if you did, and I'll see you on the next one.